I'm sure everyone kept calm and didn't lose their heads after a North London derby loss. I'm sure all the comments were keeping calm. So we'll go into the first one. Go on, I think. GC Sun FK says, this fan base is embarrassing. They are fielding a bunch of kids that are playing every 3 to 4 days, constantly, and getting good experience, but you want instant success. It doesn't work like that.
What does he mean by instant success, do you reckon? He thinks that the fan base think we should be winning the league. Is that what instant success is? Or is instant success actually just putting out a competent performance and winning a few games here and there?
But we want more than that. We want consistent results.
I mean, we are getting consistent results.
Well, consistently good results.
We are definitely getting consistent results at the moment. And all I ask for is to be competitive. Is that so much to ask for?
Are we not competitive?
No, we're not. We're losing every game.
Yeah, but again, at very fine margins. Would that not be competitive?
We're not competitive. Would mean that we pick up results from time to time, at least. We're not
Liverpool
doing that.
Liverpool in the cup.
In the league.
Southampton.
In the league, what have we done? We've won 2 games in the last 2 months.
Yeah, obviously we're
and
terrible in the league.
In 2 months that we've played a lot of games.
Here and there, there have been results here and there, just not in the league.
The fan base is embarrassing that accepts these kind of results consistently. That's what's embarrassing.
We don't accept these kind of results consistently, do we?
Well, a lot of comments like that suggest that. You know, you make excuses for it every week.
Yeah, because the situation we're in. But I'm saying down the years we haven't, have we? So it's not consistently. Usually we've demanded he be sacked, and they usually do get sacked at this point.
Yeah, and I think what Ange has done in terms of the job he's done so far probably is deserving of the sack. I'm not sitting here saying, you know, I want him out right now.
Is he? No,
huh?
No, he's not.
What?
I thought you were flip-flopping again.
Flip-flopping. I haven't flip-flopped. Well, I flip-flopped a little bit because I said Ange out, and after the Liverpool game I said I don't want him sacked now because of that Liverpool game. But like I keep saying, my opinions on Ange hasn't changed.
You said we have to give him to the end of the season.
Yeah, but my opinions on the job that Ange is doing hasn't changed. That Liverpool game changed my mind in terms of if he has to go right now. But I still think like the job he's done probably is deserving of the sack. But because we're in the semi-final and we've got a 1 foot in the final in terms of going to Anfield with the lead, then we should keep him in the job. But in terms of where my opinions are at with Ange and the job that he's doing, it's a bad job.
I never said he's doing a good job. Connor Fogarty says, did this guy actually say Spurs can still win a trophy this season? His brother needs to knock some sense into him because he's going to lose viewers. That's not an opinion. That's just absolute delusion. Seriously, cop on saying ridiculous stuff, Sim. I never said we can still win a trophy. We're still in 3 competitions. What do you mean? Can we? Will we? I don't know. I think we've got a chance. We're in a semi-final. We got a chance. We're still in the Europa League, and obviously FA Cup. We've obviously
just say it, Sim. Just say it.
What?
Just say what you really feel.
Can we win a trophy? Yeah, we're still in the cups.
Say it, man.
Say what?
The treble's on.
It is on. It's not off, is it? But no, but obviously the form we're in, I understand that it doesn't look like it right now. But I could see how we were playing before these injuries, and that's perfect for like being a cup team, in my opinion. The way we can blow teams away on our day, and we are still in the semi-final. We're in the semi-final, which we're leading, by the way. We're in Europa League. We need to get in that top 8, but we're still there over 2 legs when we play these European teams, and we've got players back and maybe some signings. Then there's a chance there. I'm not saying we will. I'm not saying it's likely, but I'm saying there's a chance. Of course we can.
Yep, there's a chance like there is at the start of every season.
But we're midway through the season. We're still in all the competitions, so there is still a chance.
Yeah,
not like the start.
It's like you say, we're in
the semi-final.
We're in all the competitions. The only outlier there is being in a semi-final of a Carabao Cup. Everything else is pretty standard.
Yeah, but we're still in them. That's the truth. That's the reality. There's no denying that. Mm-hmm. You can foresee maybe we're going to go we're going to get dumped out of all the competitions. That also might happen. But they also might not, and we're still in all those competitions.
And that's why I'm saying as well to give Ange the Carabao, or give Ange the time to get through these tournaments, because the Carabao Cup, whatever you want to say about Ange, and you know, Ange in, Ange out, Ange this, Ange out, what job he's done, the Carabao Cup, if you take that in isolation, it's been a very good, run. The teams that we've beaten,
And we played
Manchester
well, apart
United,
from
Manchester
Coventry,
City. Outside of everything else, it's been really poor. Not going to lie, like everything's been really poor. But the Carabao Cup in itself, you've got to give them the chance to win that.
Chris Shell 6026 says, the fan base will completely flop the other way if we win on the weekend. No one can see the long term for more than 3 days, especially Ben lately.
What game was that before?
That was just after the Arsenal game.
So he's saying if we beat Everton,
Yeah,
that the whole fan base is going to flop, especially me.
that's what he's saying.
If we beat Everton, I guarantee you my opinions on Ange will not change. I can guarantee you that right here, right now. I'll be happy that we won. Don't get me wrong. I'll be delighted that we won. But in terms of the outlook of the job that Ange is doing, a win at Everton is not going to change my mind.
June Football says, Ben, you're way more patient than I am. Sim was mentioning later in the stream that we gave them a good game and was lucky with a corner. Mate, 2 shots on target. We didn't dominate anything except possession in our own final third. I never said we were unlucky. The corner was unlucky, that's a fact. But I never said we gave them a good game. We deserved to lose. But the corner was a big turning point in my opinion. Not turning point because we were under the cosh, but was a big moment in the game, because if that was a goal kick, we might not go into half-time 2-1 down. It might be 1-0, and then who knows what happens in the second half. But yeah, we got what we deserved because we brought the pressure on ourselves, and I agree with that.
Regardless of how they scored, we got outclassed in the game, and to get outclassed in a North London derby is never good enough. Whether you're bottom of the league, whether you're top of the league, whether you're in the Championship, no matter where you are, it's never good enough. You know, when they were going through their unbeatables and we were fighting relegation with the likes of like Neil Sullivan in goal and all these guys the squads that we had then, we always gave them good games, particularly at White Hart Lane. I know this was at the Emirates, but they had their own problems going into it. You know, they were on bad form. They just lost in 2 tournaments to Newcastle and to Manchester United. Like, that was an Arsenal team. Yeah, I get it that it was a Spurs team there for the taking as well, but it was also an Arsenal team there for the taking, and we should have made more of a fist of it than we did.
Yeah, they're better than us. That's the reality right now. Belgrade Wanderer says, don't be negative, Ben. You're only 14 points off top 4.
Come on! The gap is widening.
It's only 5 games. Can turn.
Yeah.
It is mad though, like literally, I know I say this every week because Newcastle keep winning, but like before December, Newcastle were literally below Tottenham, and now they're like above. They're above Chelsea now? They're above Chelsea.
Yeah.
It's mad how they've just turned their season around, but it's mad. They were inconsistent as well, and they just got their players back and just went on this crazy winning run, and now they're in.
I don't think they were ever that far behind in terms of points though, because at that point, like Spurs were quite close to like the top 4.
They were 12. We were 11th. We were like,
yeah, but there was like 4 or 5 points between like top 4 and mid-table at that point.
No, they were 12 points behind Chelsea.
Was it 12 points?
Yeah.
Was it that many?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, Chelsea are what? They haven't won a game.
They haven't won a game in 5.
6,
Yeah. But I was just saying, it's crazy. But that's how quickly it can turn if you go on a run. But we need to go on that run. Roger Payne 5336 says, sorry, but what the actual genuine football experience, playing or otherwise, does Sim have? As his constant rebuttals to common sense facts given by Ben, as tedious as now, blindly coming back with nonsense most of the time, shows an ego-driven persona with other than filling Levy's and Co.'s coffers and kissing Ange's ass, cares not a jot about Tottenham's standards, ambition. The guy is happy to follow Spurs home and away, have one of the worst managers in our history, be 13th in the Premier League, 14th actually, mate, come on. Humiliated 6-3 at home, nearly lose to Tamworth, 11 losses already, laughing stock we are, yet he cares not. It's all about him being right on Ange. Interesting. It's got nothing to do with that. I've been very consistent. If Ange isn't the guy, I'm willing to part ways with the end of the season. I think we've embarked on a project, we've invested in it, and we should give it every chance to turn around. I understand that given our history and given how we've usually acted and given how Premier League boards usually act, they would have sacked him by now. And given that's the standard of how we set ourselves to sack a manager, that's the standard we set on. Based off that standard, he should be sacked, and that's how we've usually gone. I think it's a breath of fresh air that we're not going in that direction, and I know people won't like to hear it, and I know we're in the situation we are right now, and it's the worst we've ever been. But I think if you're going to give give this the chance to be successful, that's what it's probably gonna have to take, in my opinion. And if it doesn't work, then at least we can say we gave it every chance. But at the moment, while we're still in all the cups, and we're still halfway through the season, you just got to give him the chance to turn it around. I'm not sitting here saying he's definitely the saviour and he's definitely gonna turn it around. I just think he should be given the chance to do it, and I think there is a chance he can do it. So that's all I'm saying. I don't know what he's accusing me of. I don't care about Tottenham. I'm happy with where we are. I'm not happy with where we are.
You don't care about Tottenham.
I don't know what I'm saying
Tottenham
about
don't care
Levy.
about you.
I don't. You can take those accusations.
All you care about is being right on Ange.
You nearly had it. All you care about is Postecoglou. Come on, you were so close.
So close.
It's nothing to do with
So
being
even
right
that
on
you
Ange.
need to try and prove me right on. Even that.
I was right on that.
Always always trying it.
But it's got nothing to do with being right on Ange. It's about what I think the football club should be doing. That's my opinion. It's got nothing to do with being right on Ange or not. I'm not sitting here saying Ange is definitely the right guy. I've never said that. But I just think that's the right course of action. You just make a lot of arguments and excuses for him. That's the reality. I'm explaining why we're in the situation we're in. That's all I'm doing. Yes, there's one side we haven't been good enough, all those different. There's also another side to it, which is also, in my opinion, just as valid. And I think that should be given a chance to rectify itself. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying that's the side you believe in.
Yeah, that's the side there's more truth to, in my opinion. But there's also valid arguments. I'm not saying there's no valid arguments on the other side. Of course, it's not good enough, and of course, he should be doing better. And of course, we can't be in the situation we're in. I understand all of that, but I think we should persist with it. That's my opinion.
You could be Ange out in 7 days, in 7 games time.
Potentially. I mean, it's a lot of games, but yeah, potentially. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Morzinski and MTB3896 says, why is nobody talking about the impact that the way we play has on the players? Surely away at Arsenal, you don't encourage them by messing about with the ball at the back in the first 10 to 20 minutes. It's crushing the players' confidence. We're playing make it up as you go along football with no patterns of play beyond passing backwards. Enough is enough. 12 months of terrible form. He needs to go.
Mate ball.
I mean, what's he suggesting? We should be lumping it forward. First of all, we did lump it forward, and we got very little joy out of it because they got Saliba and Gabriel there, who are two of the most physical, strong, fast centre backs there are in the game right now. So I don't see that being. I don't see that being a viable solution. Also, one of the moments where we were playing out the back was one of the moments we got through, which we got a chance from Solanke. So that was one of the moments we were playing out the back. Obviously, look,
that's the only time in the game.
Yeah, Arsenal, one of the best pressing teams there. They're very coordinated. They've been and Arteta's had this team for 6 years. He's got that press really down pat. He's got that press very well coordinated, and especially when you got the players we got along the back line. I think it's going to be very difficult to play out that press. I think it's very difficult to any team. That's why they concede so little goals. It's not just because they're a low block team. They're very good with their pressing structures. Very, very good. So, especially with the players we had at the back, it was always going to be very difficult. But again, lumping it forward, we did that, and it also didn't exactly help that much. They've got very physical defenders as well. So, I don't think it's just the way we play. I don't think it was Ange ask them to do stupid things in the middle, and that's why we lost.
I think a lot of individuals let us down on the day. You look at the two sides, and one clearly got what it meant to play in a game of this magnitude, and the other side, you can pick out a number of players there that were just too like how many guys have come out and said it? Like Sonny said it, came out and said it. Ange came out and said it. They were too lackadaisical. They didn't take the game, as maybe as Arsenal took it. And you look at players like Lewis Skelly, you look at players like Gabriel. They wore their heart on their sleeve in that game, and I don't know too many players, maybe apart from Lucas Bergvall, Archie Gray, that did that for Spurs.
Okay, fine.
And Ange has got to be the one to drill that into them.
I don't disagree with that, but he's talking about setups and the way we play. I just didn't think that was the major issue, in my opinion. I don't think it was because we were too exposed because the way we play or that. I don't think that was the issue. Donaldo says, Ben and Sim representing two sides of being a fan. Sim is the hopeful child, loyal to the badge and the dream. Ben is the old man, worn and tired, battered by the years of disappointment. There is merit in both positions. Ange is potentially a legend in the mould of Ozzy Ardiles and potentially an unheralded footnote in our history. I'm hopeful like Sim. I'm tired like Ben, but I love my club both through good and bad. Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah, and
What
I
a
think
great comment.
I think that's a really good comment because no matter what you feel, about the manager, the direction the club is going in, what we all feel, and I think what me and Sim are very clearly evident, is that we love our club and we just want what's best for our club, and we want our club to be on the good path and be successful. Everyone's got different ideas about the best way and the best route to get there, but we can all clearly see by the arguments and the debates that we've had over the past couple of months that we both have deep-rooted love for this football club.
Exactly, and I think, we know it's maybe those extra 3 years have taken its toll. He's saying
Most definitely,
worn and tired and battered.
I've been following Tottenham
wards.
home and away for
It all
longer.
started. Your first away game was Grimsby. I mean, what a start! What a start!
What was your first away game?
Fulham away.
We
lost
won.
1-0.
Oh, we lost.
Boccanegra last minute.
Was that under Martin Yole?
Martin Yole.
Yeah.
LKRPTPW says Ange hasn't improved any of the players apart from Spence and Decky. He is tactically inept and isn't good enough. The stats are horrific, yet people still accept it.
So read that again.
Ange hasn't improved any of the players apart from Spence and Decky. He is tactically inept and isn't good enough. The stats are horrific, yet people still accept it.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of what players have been better this season than they have been last season.
I mean, it's so hard to... I think it's so hard to, in the circumstances we're in, I think it's like when players are playing in the situations they are. Like Van der Ven's missed most of the season. Like, Vicario's missed a lot of the season. It's tough to say whether they would have been better if the situation would have been different. It's hard to say. But yeah, in terms of what we've seen, I think Maddison's probably been better this season than he was last season, apart from maybe the first 10 games.
And he can't get a start.
Decky's been better. Obviously, Archie Gray and Berger have improved as the season's gone on. Who else is there? Brennan's probably been better this season than last season. Other than that, Son's obviously not been as good, but he's playing on the left.
The problem is
Solanke's a new player, and then all the other players like Bentancur. How can we judge Bentancur when he's been in and out? Richarlison's been injured. I can't say he's been better because he's not played. You know what I mean? Basuma's probably been better since the first 10 games. He's been better this season than he was last season since the first 10 games.
Still not good enough though, is it? But the reality is that I just feel like there's been a clear, even with the injuries involved, and the injuries is probably a circumstance of it as well, that there's been a clear mismanagement of the squad. There has been. Like, you look at Reguilon, he's come in and put competent performances. Why haven't we used him more in the first half of the season when we've run a doggy into the ground? Why the hell, at the moment, while we're running Kulusevski in the ground, is Maddison not getting more starts when he's got probably, has he got the most goal contributions in the Spurs squad this season? Mm-hmm. Why the hell's he not seeing more starts recently when he's clearly a good player?
Because I think the Liverpool game, he started in that game and then we lost 6-3 and I think it burnt him. So I think in the other big games he's decided not to start him.
So because of that, you're going to run Kulusevski into the ground and probably get him to suffer an injury as well, the way it's going.
I told you, it's not a choice between Decky and Maddison, it's between Decky and Brennan, pretty much. And Brennan's played a lot. So he's played either Brennan on the right or Decky in the middle. Maddison has also had some starts, but in the bigger games, he wants that physicality of Decky in the middle. So he's played Brennan.
But there's no physicality right now because he's not offering that physicality. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not offering it. So why couldn't he play Brennan on the right and Maddison in the middle?
He doesn't think that's the best course of action.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's a mismanagement of the squad by not.
Yeah, but you're positing that it would have been better if we didn't do that. We don't know that for sure.
Well, it would have been better. I do know that for sure because Kulusevski would have got a rest and then he could have been more at it in the games where he does play.
Or maybe he's just in poor form. We don't know that.
We do know that. You can see it clearly on the pitch. He's running on empty. He can't compete physically, where all season he's been competing physically so well. And you're looking at other situation as well. Mickey van der Ven, Ange literally said after the game it was a risk to play him. He played him, and he's been out for another month or however long it's been. You know, there's been clear situations that have been a mismanagement of the squad. Clear. And Spence as well. How long it took Spence to get a game in this team. And look at him now. You know, it's just the whole thing is madness.
Yeah, I think I'm not saying he's perfect. He has made mistakes, for sure. He's definitely made mistakes.
But the mistakes have put us in this situation.
I don't think all of it's down to him. But yeah, certain he has to take responsibility for certain situations, like Spence. I definitely think he could have played him a lot more. I also don't think he wanted him to play at left back, because I think right now what we're seeing, as much as he's been good at left back defensively, he does hurt us in possession, I think, in my opinion.
And overplaying a doggy was any better? Overplaying a doggy was any better? Like, you're running players into the ground when you've got fresh players there. Like, I don't understand how you can't see it.
That was, yeah, he should have given Spence more game time. But again, you know, he didn't really consider Spence a left back. He sees him as a right back. He considers now playing a right back and left back because we need to, but he didn't consider Spence a left back. Obviously in the Europa League he did rest a doggy. He wasn't playing every game. He was playing Gray there sometimes as well. But in the Premier League he has played him.
Didn't Spence play left back in pre-season?
He played right back mostly. He played left back when he came on against United and Coventry earlier in the season. Exactly.
So why not give him more minutes at left back? It just makes no sense when you can see the clear, you know, what is going on. A doggy injury after injury. Well, even at the start of the season, he didn't have a pre-season, and he just throws him in there straight away. 90 minutes.
You just lied there. It's not true.
How did I lie?
Because in the first few games, he wasn't playing 90 minutes. He actually eased him in.
So how long was he playing?
I think the first game it was 45 or 60, and then he progressively got more and more. He eased him into that. He eased him into the season. He didn't play him 90 minutes.
2 games?
I can't remember how many
and
exactly.
Then he started playing 2 games a week.
But he wasn't. That's my point. He didn't. He was resting him in the Europa League as well.
He wasn't resting him because he had to come on after 10 minutes and now come on after 15 minutes.
Some games he did. That's obviously not his fault. Ange's fault that had to happen. But some games he had to come on.
But it is Ange's fault that he kept playing him in the league. There was no need to do that when you've got an adequate replacement in Spence, when a doggy's not giving us what we need.
And also when he did get injured, again, it was because Spence was suspended. He was actually going to get a rest. And then Spence, he said he was going to not play a doggy and play Spence, and then Spence got suspended and he had to play him.
But how many times as well? It's not even just a doggy, yeah. Porro as well. There was a clear period where he was just completely running on empty, and he just refused to play Spence, and then he finally did.
Well, he had to play Spence left back. He would have played Gray, but he's had to play centre back because he's picked up injuries, because we've had all those injuries at centre back. So look, I'm saying he's not been faultless, but not all the situations, not all down to him. JMP016 says, hot take. In the beginning, I didn't even mind the occasional loss because at least we played good football. I don't even like the way we're playing anymore. We can't even keep possession of the ball against Tamworth. Let's be serious. The manager has no plan B. His taxes were found out and he was just hoping that our big players would bail him out with their big performances. The only reason we're still in the Cups isn't because of the football we play. It's pure luck. Use the eye test and see it for yourself.
I mean, in terms of being still in the Cups is luck. I don't agree with that, because I think like we've reserved our best performances for that competition.
I don't think any game, apart from Coventry, I don't think there's any game we've been lucky to.
I guess that was lucky. Yeah,
that was lucky. But I don't think any of the other games we've been lucky to win.
Yeah, but I guess that one game was lucky. So probably a bit lucky against Tamworth as well.
I'm talking about the Carabao. Yeah, Tamworth we were a bit lucky as well. We obviously, once it got to extra time, it was pretty comfortable, but definitely we were terrible in normal time. That's definitely true. And with that last-minute chance.
But against Man City and against Manchester United, we deserve to go through for sure.
And Liverpool, we deserve to win the first leg.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. So, in terms of I don't like the way we play anymore, yeah, I don't like it either, the way we're playing. I think definitely you can see over the last few weeks we're not being able to play the football that Ange wants. I think it's a combination of the injuries, the fatigue, and also the level of opposition we're playing is that we've been playing the top teams in the league in recent weeks. So it's been extremely difficult. Obviously, Newcastle wasn't a bad performance, but the other games we've really, really struggled to really get that level of performance that we want. I'm not saying I like it. But it's just what we have to go through at the moment until we get the players back. As I said, I don't see it changing until the situation changes, and that's just my opinion.
But it's not just about playing the top teams in the league. The 5 games before that, yeah, we played decent sides, but we still didn't pick up points in the 5 games prior to that, and in that was losing to Ipswich at home.
Yeah, that was also not good. But there was, obviously there was also beating Man City in there as well.
Which is our only win in the last 10 games.
And Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton, yeah.
Song Kang 1574 says Ange will be gone when we lose to Liverpool and Villa. Mason will be interim until the end of the season. Save us from relegation by playing more conservatively. We'll bring in a new manager in the summer, but it won't work out with him either because Levy will never really back any manager and the cycle will begin again.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying we should avoid, is my point. And obviously, I think my point is we should do our best to avoid it. Obviously, there will be a point where it's too much, and that might well come. I'm saying right now, in my opinion, we haven't hit that point, and I think we should give it the best
but you think that if what he says is true, and Ange does lose to Liverpool and Villa,
and we're still in the same position, same form in the league, then we'll probably have to cut. We'll probably have to. That will probably have to be that, I'd have to say. But that's not the situation.
Sim's on the brink, people. Sim is on the brink.
Far from it. We're not going to hit that stage.
We'll have to wait and see, won't we? Mm-hmm. But that is it. Is that it, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
That is it. That is the comments that we'll be reacting to. We'll see you next week for another episode where we'll be reacting to your comments. So get your comments in, people, and we will be reacting to them. But thank you, everyone, for joining us for that.